67 Irish farmer here. I bought a bush hog. This thing's amazing. I paid $300 for it, and it came with a corn planter as well. That gentleman gave me a corn planter. This thing is like, I've never ran a bush hog before, but this thing is like a monster. It just chews up everything. The only thing I don't like about it, and that's the problem with my tractor, Allis Chalmers C, is to lift it, the PTO has to be on, so then the blades have to be spinning for the 3-point to lift the bush hog up. And then another thing is, you can't start the bush hog without kind of hard to explain for me, but you can't start the bush hog and then start driving. You have to start the bush hog and start driving in first gear at the same exact time. It's kind of annoying. And if you want to stop the bush hog but keep driving, you can't. You have to wait till the bush hog stops spinning and then you can go. And if you don't put the PTO out of gear, if you don't disengage the PTO, it'll keep pushing you. Just the momentum of the PTO shaft will keep the tractor tire spinning. As you can't really pull it out of gear because it's spinning. The only way you can do is disengage the PTO to stop the tractor from rolling. It's like pushing the clutch in and pushing the brake does not stop it. It just keeps pushing it, just the momentum of the blades there. So you have to disengage the PTO, and it spins for quite a while. You've got to wait like a good 45 seconds to a minute and a half sometimes for that to quit spinning. But the blades are nice and sharp on it. Everything's greased up. They already greased it up for me. I checked, they're all greased. The gearbox here, normally they're full of grease if they're just old and worn out, people fill them with grease. But this one, I checked it, it's full of gear oil. So that's good. That's how they're supposed to be from the factory. It's not leaking or anything at the bottom. This tractor, this Allis Chalmers C, has plenty of horsepower to power a 5-foot brush hog through cornfield and corn, bamboo, 8 feet tall bamboo. Goes through bushes and stuff, doesn't really bog down. The only thing that bogs it down is going uphill through really thick stuff, because I'm using the tractor's horsepower to pull me uphill with the bush hog running through thick stuff. But that's really the only downside of it. Another thing is, I think that's because the top link's too long. I have to shorten up the top link. If you buy this 3-point hitch kit, you're going to have to take this top link, the middle part out, like unscrewing them, and then you got to cut off like an inch on each side, and then that will shorten up your top link. You can see here, that's as short as it gets, and this is supposed to be completely vertical. The tail wheel never comes off the ground, so I don't know if that's good or bad. I've never ran a bush hog before, so if you know, please tell me in the comments or whatever. The tail wheel is actually supposed to come off the ground, but I was driving down the road with the tail wheel down. I actually think this thing steers better. Like the brakes, independent brakes steer better with a bush hog on it than without it. Usually it's only this side brake that works. The other one sort of does. I adjusted both of them when I first got the tractor, and neither brake worked. I got this brake working about 75%. 60 to 75%, and then the other side's probably working about 25%. If it works at all. And occasionally it doesn't even work. But I'm not really going through a whole lot of gas. I probably went through 5 gallons of gas. Not even. I probably went through like 3 or 4 gallons of gas to do this here. Do 2 more spots, a little bit bigger than this here, and one more spot that's 4 times this, 5 times this, and like 3 or 4 gallons of gas. It's not bad. Well, the gas tractor, they usually burn a lot more gas when you're actually lugging them, and they're taking a lot of horsepower out of them. This is shear bolt protected. It's not slip clutch, it's shear bolt. I thought it was slip clutch. This is Massey Ferguson MF-58 bush hog. I think it was manufactured like 75 or something, 77. It's pretty old, but it's been taken care of. It's not too beat for 77. I expect the metal to be bent there, some welds on it. It's a bush hog. It's not a mowing tractor. It's a bush hog. It's not a finish mower by any means. Well, I'm pretty pleased with it, 300 bucks, and I got this corn planter. I'll go show you that here. So here's that corn planter I was talking about. It's just sweetened up the deal for me. That's the back end. It's 3-point hitch. And it's a 2-row corn planter. They run 38-inch wide rows, which is okay. I don't really mind it. It's definitely an old, that's for sure. Don't know if it works or not, but it's all mechanical, so what could really go wrong on it, really? It doesn't look like it's missing anything on it, but I know when you spin the wheels, gears turn and stuff, and then I don't know if it's actually on the inside, it spins on the inside. I haven't really paid attention to that. But for what I paid for this and the bush hog, I could have just bought the bush hog and would have been happy. I got this along with it, so can't really complain. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. And please tell me in the comments what to expect with a bush hog. Whether top length should be shorter, the tail wheel should come off the ground or not. Thank you. Catch you next time.